All right, UFC featherweight contender Shane Burgos. Appreciate the time, man. How's life right now?
It's a little different, just a little bit different, I'd say, with this whole quarantine pandemic shit going on. But man, I'm still getting my work in, so not too different, I'd say.
New York was hit pretty hard with the with the
Yeah,
with the virus, and I'm pretty sure you got really paranoid. I would be very paranoid anywhere in the world. Um, Take me back to when you first felt like this is getting serious in New York.
I mean, I went to Vegas the beginning of March. I got back from Vegas March 10th, and that's when everything was starting to get a little crazy. And we were like, shit, we just got back. When we were leaving Vegas, actually, we saw on the news stations like some of the Vegas buffets were closing down. And I was like, holy shit, it's actually like getting pretty crazy. And just looking at the news channels back at home, we're like, oh wow, it's getting pretty wild. I thought this was only going to be like maybe like a quick passing thing, and then maybe it was like 10, 15 days after that. That's when everything started. People started getting sick. Like people that I knew started getting sick. Like I'm sure you heard one of my teammates, Lyman Good, who actually I was training a lot with. He actually got sick from it. We didn't know until even further than that, but it was pretty. It's pretty wild.
Being so close to that situation with your teammate Lyman Good, does it kind of give you some relief that if you're healthy, that you could get past the sickness?
100%, 100%. And I kind of I haven't been scared of it really that this whole time. And I'm basically in the hotbed. New York has so many cases. Who knows if the numbers are real or not? But I haven't really been too scared of it. But knowing that he got it and he actually beat it and overcame it in pretty good time, I was like, oh okay. First of all, I was like, shit, he got it. I was like, I was like, there's a 90% chance I'm gonna get it. I never got any symptoms. I never got tested for it because I just didn't feel any need to. One of my teammates got tested for the antibodies because it was the three of us training, and he got tested for because he had no symptoms either, but he got tested for the antibodies. He's like, maybe I had it and didn't know about it, and he didn't have the antibodies, so it means me and him basically didn't get it. So I was like, all right, we kind of dodged the bullet there.
Yeah, yeah, you dodged the bullet, but at the same time, it's weird, right? Like, how did
So
they have it, but I don't have it?
so weird. Like I was training with Lyman a lot. That's when he was getting ready for that law fight, and I was training with him. I think I was one of his main training partners with him all the time. We were at the gym doing strength conditioning 4 or 5 times a week. We were grappling, we were wrestling, we were striking, and I was like, shit, he got it. I was like, oh my god. I was like scared to tell my wife. I was like, damn, I got to tell her, but now she's gonna be freaked out that I'm gonna get it and I'm gonna give it to her. So I ended up telling her, but she was like, I'm not really worried because you don't seem sick. But it's so weird, man. Like some people get it, and just from being in the same room, and then like I've been on, like we were literally on top of each other, grappling and stuff, and wrestling, and being in the same room, breathing the same air, and I didn't get anything.
It's luck, and I guess
Yeah,
it's like your health, maybe that's a
yeah,
part of it.
yeah, 100%. Me being healthy and in shape, I think, is huge, and that's another reason why I'm really not worried about it. I like to keep myself in shape all year long, so I think that's a huge part of it. But when Lemon found out, I think he found out he got a little bit sick, and as soon as he felt a little bit off, he just stopped coming. He was like, "Let me just take a break. I don't want to put anybody in danger." So he did the right thing by doing that too.
Yeah, well, it all worked out for him, man. He's
Yeah,
back. He's normal.
yeah,
He's ready to fight instantly.
yeah,
It's like it almost like it was like so quick. Like, oh, he's sick, and then all of a sudden he's back to normal. And
yeah.
I'm thinking, hey, that's great news for everybody on the roster. Great news for all athletes.
Yes, it is exactly because you can take it that way. Like if I do get it, all right, I'm most likely gonna beat it. I don't have any like unless you have some crazy issues or something like that. But if you're an in shape athlete, especially like I feel like especially for fighting, I feel like sports really can go on.
Last year, man, you fought out your contract. That's something that a lot of fighters don't do, And was
Yeah,
there a lot of pressure surrounding that last fight, before and after that fight?
100%. I put a lot of pressure on myself, and always adding a little bit more pressure just made me rise to the occasion even more. I kind of thrive under the pressure. I like the pressure, so I'm cool with that. But yeah, there was a lot of pressure going into that one because it was basically like win or like you don't really know what's gonna happen if you lose. Like
Was getting new management part of the plan the whole time? Fight out your
no,
contract, win, and sign with somebody.
no, not at all. I didn't end up signing with first round until I signed with them in end of January. But we were in talks after my last fight, and it just wasn't going really how I wanted to go. And then after that, signed with first round and got a really good deal. I'm really happy with the deal I got right now.
Well, it must have been a big relief for you to have like a buffer, right? Somebody in the middle that's doing it for you. You don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, yeah. Malky and Abe, they handled the entire situation. Just kept me posted every week. it was a long process because I was in negotiations with another organization as well. But I got a great deal from the UFC, and I'm really happy with it.
Testing the market. You said you were in negotiations with another organization. What did it look like on the other side? I'm pretty sure that other fighters are interested in that. Like, did they hit you up?
Other fighters, not. I mean, besides my teammates, no, not really. But it looked. I mean, it looked good. They gave me. I turned down more money to stay in the UFC. Like I would have made more money elsewhere. I turned down more money for a couple different reasons. But one of the big reasons was drug testing in USADA. Like I've said this on multiple interviews now. At this point, the drug testing is kind of like the wild west in some of these other organizations where you can just kind of do whatever you want because you know exactly when you're going to get tested. So you can just hit your cycle, get through it, and then be clean on the test. So with UFC and USADA, makes it a lot harder to cheat. Still think guys are cheating in the UFC, but it's a lot harder.
It's definitely much more clear. Like fighters are cleaner in the UFC compared to anywhere else because you don't see as many accusations in the UFC compared to like even just the Bellator. To be honest with you.
Yeah, like 100%. That was huge for me because I mean, I have zero desire to ever do any PEDs or anything like that. The long-term effects are terrible. Like you're gonna do this to your body. Yeah, you'll be the champ, and then what happens when your kids are freaking 15 and your body isn't reacting the way it should be? I mean, I have zero desire to touch that stuff. So I want to make sure we're competing in a clean sport, and the cleanest organization is the UFC.
During this period right now, during the pandemic, it's pretty hard to test people because you can't go anywhere. You can't fly really. And I saw that one of the fighters uploaded a photo of the test kits being sent to their home, and then you got to do the test yourself. That was kind of a weird adjustment.
I haven't seen that. Who's that? If you don't, can you say?
I think it's Eric Anders. He uploaded it onto his Instagram stories. Like he got a package from USADA.
Oh shit, that's a little weird though. How do you not like?
Yeah,
you can just take your wife's sample or something. That's kind of weird. That's a cool idea, but like how that that's a little weird. I don't know. But I got a guy that comes like I feel like USADA has people all over the country. I mean, the guy that comes and tests me, he lives about an hour away from me. So I mean, he can come to my door whenever he wants.
Yeah. Well, I guess if you're in New York City, a major city, there's guys probably in that location. But when you're living in, let's say, Alabama,
exactly. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
so
weird.
so it's like right now everything's not running smoothly for anybody.
Yeah, I already thought about that too. I'm like, damn. I mean, now is the time for these guys. If they wanted to juice and you're in the UFC, this is the time to do it because I mean, you're not guaranteed to get a test. I mean, legally, you could probably turn them away and be like, "Hey, I don't think you look too hot. You might look sick. I don't want you coming around me." So I feel like this is like it's a little weird of a time, like for guys that are thinking about it. I think they might do it.
4 or 5 deal, man. That's big for you, right? Getting that contract signed.
Yeah. I'm stoked about it. Like I said, I'm making a lot more money than I made in my last fight. Let's just say that.
I saw that you said that you want to come back by June. You're sitting at number 10. What's a fight outside of a title shot? You feel like, man, I'm hungry for that fight. Like that fight will get me up in the morning.
Honestly, like it doesn't matter who the fight is. I'm gonna get up in the morning. I got a guy trying to beat me up on the other side of the world. It doesn't matter what the name is, but I want somebody that's ahead of me. I'm number 10 right now, so I want 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want one of those guys, and hopefully by sometime in June, I feel good about it. I think we're gonna work on something soon.
You're also 6-1 in the UFC, where in the featherweight division, it's like Shark Tank right now. You're the only one in the top 10 that doesn't or hasn't headlined a show yet. And I feel like it's time, man. The next fight should be a headliner, right?
Oh, that would be out. That would be awesome. You're right. I didn't even notice that. That's a pretty cool fact. But yeah, I guess I'm the only one in the top 10 that has a headline. So yeah, I mean, I guess it makes sense, right?
Yeah, for sure. And
if not a headline, it's a co-main or something.
Yeah. Well, a fight night headliner, I feel like that brings a lot more attention to the fighters and more media and you have a management team that's working hard for you, so that headliner would be pretty nice.
We're working on some things. Yep.
Now, someone that's outside of the rankings that's coming into the featherweight division and could be interesting for you is Edson Barboza. What do you think about that potential matchup?
I think that would be a fun fight. That would be a lot of fun. I mean, that dude, I've been watching that dude since he actually fought in a Ring of Combat show, which is a local show where I'm from. and I actually started my pro career there. So I've been watching that guy well before I was in the UFC. Maybe I was like 2-0, 3-0 amateur when I was watching that guy, so that'd be awesome. So I definitely embrace that fight. But he's got a tough fight ahead of him, so we'll see how he does. At 145, I don't know how he's gonna, because that dude's big. He's a big guy. He looks absolutely shredded at 155. So at 45, I don't know how his body's gonna react to that weight cut. I know he's gonna literally have to cut muscle because he's such a muscular guy. So I don't know how his body's gonna react necessarily, but I'm excited for that fight.
All right. Well, another guy that's been in the news a lot is the Korean Zombie. He's been more vocal, so to say. You know, I mean, a guy that hasn't been vocal, but he's become vocal. And you're a guy that's not really into the trash talk and stuff like that. Brian Ortega, he's a guy that really doesn't talk too much either. He's kind of a straightforward, straight-laced guy. And he went over there and like slapped one of the guys, part of his management. Yeah. Were you there?
That show too. I was in Vegas for that. Yeah, I was there.
Oh yeah. Like, how did you? Where were you at that time? Did you even know?
On the other side. I didn't know what happened until we left the show, and I was like, "Holy shit!" I was looking at my phone like that just happened. I was like, we were literally like 20 feet away. I was like, I didn't even notice that happened.
What do you think about the Zombie and his whole like change of persona in some ways?
I get it because he does. I don't know if he even speaks English very well, so I think that in order to get the American fans, he kind of has to do that. So I do understand it because his fighting style alone it's awesome. Everybody loves the way he fights. He's an exciting fighter. But if you're not speaking English, I feel like that really does hinder you. So him doing this trash talking thing, I know it's not him. I know it probably does feel a little uncomfortable for him because he is. I met him when I was like 15, 16 years old, and he was a super cool guy. So I think it's a business move, and it's smart for him.
You met the Korean Zombie when you were 15, 16? Where at?
Let me think. It was in Vegas. I was 18 actually. I was 18. That was right after I graduated high school. I went to Vegas to the Fight Expo, the Fan Expo, for the first time in Vegas, and I met him at the House of Blues, I think it was, and right outside where's it? The MGM or no, Mandalay Bay. Yeah, that was right after he had that crazy Leonard Garcia fight too. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, now you might be fighting him in the near future.
It's funny, yeah, because actually I was in Vegas a couple months ago, and I was training at the PI, and he was training at the PI too. I'm like, it's funny how everything comes full circle. I actually got a picture with him too when I was 18. Yeah.
When you sit back and think about that, is it surreal for you to meet guys like that back in the day, and then now you're gonna potentially be fighting them, maybe even for a title?
Yeah, no, it definitely is that. Like I'm a huge fan, man. I'm a diehard fan. Like I got UFC Fight Pass playing in the background right now. I love this sport, and I've been obsessed with it since I was young. And like I said, I went to the first ever Fan Expo when I was 18. I met a bunch of these guys. Went again the next year when I was 19. And like I met Cub Swanson at one of them. Then look, years later, I just fought him 1 year ago. So it's pretty weird.
I also saw an interview where you said that you go into every round like it's a brand new fight.
Yeah.
5 minutes to finish your opponent. That's the mentality that you have. Is that just the New York City inside of you? Is that what it is?
I don't know. I think it's just a me thing, honestly. I just always look at a fight like kill or be killed. I don't ever think about points or if I'm up around or if I'm down around. I'm just thinking, all right, I didn't finish him in that first round. I got to finish him in that second round. All right, I didn't finish him in the second round. I got to finish him in the third round. And it doesn't matter if I'm up or down. Like even in my last fight, I knew I was up big on the scorecards, and I still wanted that finish. I was just thinking, just kill.
Right now with the coronavirus, the UFC is putting on shows in the U.S. Fight Island's supposed to start in June, and that's for international fighters, which can kind of be weird for the rankings, right? Because if the champion, the champion of the featherweight division is in Australia, so most likely he won't be able to fly to the U.S. and fight. So that puts you in a weird position, puts everybody in a weird position. So matchmaking is weird. If you look at yourself, you're in New York. How many featherweight guys are in the U.S.? Maybe Josh Emmett, Ortega, Holloway. I don't even know if he can even fly out of Hawaii. What do you think about those scenarios where it's like it limits your options?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, the options are already limited when you're in the top 10 because you obviously don't want to go back. You want to fight ahead, but it does limit it even more because you got like those two, the champ and the former champ, who are both. I mean, Hawaii's part of the U.S., but like you said, I don't know if you can even fly from there. And then you got the champ, where you definitely can't fly from there. So, it's a weird time. It really is. It does muddy the waters a little bit. But I saw one of the other guys, Aaron. I did an interview with him, Aaron Bronstetter, and he said thinking about like what do you say, like international championships. He was like, that'd be a cool idea to do like a U.S. champ versus like a like Fight Island kind of international champ, and then have the two champs when this is all done fight. I was like, that would be a pretty fun idea just to mix things up and keep people interested. I think the fans would love that too, honestly.
Yeah, why not? You know, more champs is always good.
Yeah. Like you look at boxing, I mean, boxing is a little bit too many champs. Like you got like 5 champs. I think it was 3 champs in each division, but it definitely makes for super fights. It makes for more intriguing fights too.
Are you a big boxing fan? You just spoke about boxing.
I do like boxing, but MMA is 100% my main focus. My main passion.
Well, Mike Tyson, you know, they just uploaded that video of him hitting pads, and then he's offered $20 million for bare knuckle boxing. It's like, does that kind of blow your mind? Like a 50-year-old Mike Tyson, they're offering him $20 million, and UFC fighters are struggling to get paid what they're worth right now. You know what I mean? It's like, what's going on? What do you think about that?
Those are 2 different subjects, but I'm honestly not shocked at all that he offered $20 million. And I honestly think that him getting offered $20 million just means that he'll get even more than $20 million. You add in sponsorships and you add the fact that he's going to negotiate it. I think he can get even more. I think he can get close to $50 million just because his name value alone. And then that 3-second clip of him smashing the body pad with the left hooks, that was terrifying. Who's going to get in there with him? Like bare knuckle. Like think about it. Who's not going to watch that? If you're a fight fan, you're 100% watching that. Doesn't matter what the pay-per-view costs. If you're not a fight fan, you still know who Mike Tyson is, so you're still going to see, wait, this guy's 50 years old and he's coming back to fight and he's going to do it bare knuckle. They could charge $100 for that pay-per-view and people are going to order it. So I think that he really would end up making a good amount of money off of that. The other part of the question, the UFC fighter thing, that's just a completely different subject. I mean, is a name value like Mike Tyson? He's a legend, so you can't. It's hard to compare. It's a little bit like apples and oranges.
John Fury, I think Tyson Fury's father already came out and called out Mike Tyson. So
okay, please sign me up. Take my money. I'll definitely watch that. I don't know what he looks like at all, but I got my money on Tyson anyway, just because of the way he looked hitting the pads. And not only that, he looks like he's got in shape, man. He looks like it was a before and after picture from like October to now. I'm like, shit, dude looks pretty freaking ripped.
Yeah, I've been watching Mike Tyson recently too in his interviews, and he's been saying that like he doesn't really want to fight, but then all of a sudden he's coming out and smashing pads and stuff. It's kind of a weird turn of events, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? Let him do what he got to do.
Dude, if there's $20 million on the table, he wants to fight. He wants to fucking fight.
Evander Holyfield said he's coming back too. He's 57. He wants to box.
What does he look like? I haven't seen what he looks like.
He probably looks better than Mike Tyson.
Hey, all right, then I'll sign me up for that rematch in bare knuckle boxing.
Oh yeah, that would be a bad sell right there.
That would be bad. That's easy right there.
Bite the other ear off, you know what I mean?
There you go. Even him up. Yep.
Yeah, even him up. Even though the options are limited, you do have a lot of options, right? It's it's wide open. A lot of guys are not matched up yet. You don't know what the champ is going to do. So, for you, what's the best case scenario?
The best case scenario is to get me the guy with the lowest number, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one of those guys. That's best case scenario. But like you said, it's just such a weird time. Like you don't know if one of these guys can get here. You don't know, 2, if they will even accept the fight because they're not getting their full training camp. Like they're not. Everyone's training camp is limited right now. Like, we don't have regular training options. You know what I mean? So who knows if everyone even wants to fight? I don't know.
If you did sign a fight, you can get ready for a fight in the next couple months, and it would be a big problem.
I've been training. I've been training this whole time. Not again. It hasn't been my normal training, but I've been doing. I'd say it's 95%. Like take a little bit 5% off maybe because I haven't really been sparring in a cage much. But other than that, I've been doing everything else.
So sparring is not something that you're too worried about. You've done it enough in the past to where it's...
Yeah, exactly. I've been doing it. So I've been doing it at least twice a week. So
yeah, man, I'm excited to see what the future holds for you, man, because you killed it last year, and it's time for you to step it up and face one of these big names and take them out and move up the rankings and probably by the end of the year, you probably see yourself by the end of the year, if everything goes right, you should be, in that 5, right? In the top.
100%. That is the plan for sure. I just need this Corona bullshit to be over with. I really need everything to go back to normal. Make this a lot. It would make it a lot simpler, honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Shane, man, appreciate the time
Yeah,
and stay safe, man. That's all I guess I could say to you is to anybody is stay safe and don't get sick and continue training and living normal as possible, right?
yeah, for sure. I spend a lot of time with my family because there's a lot of downtime. But other than that, I'm just busting my ass. I'm staying ready for any call. But thank you, brother. I appreciate the time too.